apart from the one eyeshadow quad, this one, the Vintage Vamp it is called, I actually did not have any eyeshadows from Charlotte Tilbury, so I was quite eager to remedy that. At the same time, you know, there was nothing very special that I could discern, and you know, all of the other quads looked very, very, very similar. You must have noticed or thought that as well. Here they are. Do they not look very, very similar? You know, most of them. And yes, some of the shades, the single eyeshadows within these, do look different. But you know, overall, I think that there is a certain pattern to be seen here. Apart from these quads, Charlotte Tilbury also does annual holiday palettes. And for the last couple of years, I've been eyeing these and thinking, right, I need to get one of these for myself. However, they've been kind of warm neutral. So if you did watch my last Will I Buy It video, the one for autumn 2019, I'll link that in the description box below, I did say that I was on the fence about this year's holiday palette, Starry Eyes to Hypnotise from Charlotte Tilbury, particularly because A, all of the colours looked suitable for my skin tone, and B, there was some khaki greens that I really liked. So what are these? Annual holiday palettes from Charlotte Tilbury containing 12 eyeshadows, and these 12 eyeshadows are arranged in trios of 3, so that you can do 4 different looks. And with this eyeshadow palette, I will be demoing all 4 looks in a bit, and you know, they're very specific about what eyeshadow is to be used for what. No room for confusion. So as you can see here, they've got prime, enhance and smoke. 3 colors. The first, the palest, you prime with. The second one is for enhancing, and the third one you smoke your crease out with. I must confess that I use the prime ones in my inner corners. The enhanced ones are good for my eyelids, and the smoke ones are on the crease. And that's how it works perfectly for me. And in addition to that, you can also combine different eyeshadows. I mean, you can combine this one and this one. This palette is your oyster. Knock yourself out with these. You know, you don't have to stick to this trio just because she says to stick to this trio. So these are £60 each, made in Italy, and where to buy, I will be linking in the description box below. This is the external packaging, very holiday winter friendly. I love this packaging, gorgeous. I actually think that this packaging is prettier than previous Charlotte Tilbury palettes. I actually, confession, have a love-hate relationship with Charlotte Tilbury. I like her Magic Foundation very, very much. I love her Hot Lips and Matte Revolution lipsticks. I hate those Hollywood lips. They dried up very, very quickly. I also hate the Hollywood filter, absolutely hate it. It's a beacon if you have any kind of pitted acne scars or texture. If you have great skin, flawless skin, it'll look great on you. If you have any kind of texture, bad idea. I also hate the Glow Gossam palette that she came up with and Love Gossam earlier in 2019. I've reviewed it. They actually made it to my worst products of 2019 list. All videos in the description box below, because again, beacons to textured skin those were. So I was on the fence about this one for a very long time, and when Cult Beauty had their Black Friday sale, I decided to buy it at a discounted price, mind you. So those are the colors in there, and yes, there are some warm neutrals obviously, but there is also a very smoky trio and a khaki green trio, all of which I will be doing separate eye looks with in this video. Now, let me quickly swatch these for you. First, oh dear, I need to grab a tissue. I'll do that after I swatch these. Nice pigmentation. Hang on, I need to go grab a tissue. I am going out after I do this recording. The last thing I want is to get this on my dress. So the trios actually have different names. This one is Happy Glow. The next one is Love Glow. Between you and I actually think some of these names are a bit corny. I mean, Happy Glow, Love Glow, Dream Glow, and Seduce Glow. Right, Love Glow, eye roll, is next. I love the colors and the pigmentation. It's just names that I don't like. So this is the rose gold trio. I will be coming closer to the camera. Just give me a bit to swatch, and more importantly, to get rid of all the eyeshadow from my fingers first. Next we have Dream Glow, which is my favorite trio. It contains those khaki greens. That's the one. We'll be coming close to the camera in a bit. In Seduce Glow, this matte black has horrendous pigmentation. It performs very badly. You'll see that when I come a bit closer to the camera. So as you can see, that so-called matte black has piss poor pigmentation. The rest are all fine. That khaki green is gorgeous. That rose gold trio, Love Glow it's called, despite the name, is lovely. And then you have Dream Glow here, very, very neutral. Wearable Glam there, very nice. But this one, awful pigmentation right from the start. Some of these shimmers have a reflective chrome quality to them, as you can see. I really like that. So now let's do 4 different eye makeup looks with these 4 trios and see how that goes. The first one, Happy Glow, very neutral. This one, all over the lids. I'm going to push that up a bit in the crease as well. This one on the inner half of the lids. Some fallout here, inner corners, this one. Lower lash line, that may not show up very well on my skin tone. Poked myself in the eye with the brush. Right, I'm going to go off camera, do eyeliner, mascara, etc. and be back. The second one is the one that I'm wearing right now. No eyelashes used, no false eyelashes used. I mean, my own Peach Fuzz is right there. This one is Love Glow. The next one is my favorite, Dream Glow. It contains that gorgeous khaki green. This one goes on the crease. Now this one on the lids. Finally, this one in the inner corners. We'll be back after mascara, eyeliner and the wax. I don't know if I want falsies with this one. We'll see. Lastly, Seduce Glow, containing that rather badly pigmented matte black. And my Bête Noire, as it were, from all palettes, silvery grey or greyish silver eyeshadow. It looks awful on my skin tone. Let's see how I worked with it. So it's New Year's Eve and this is a smoky all-out look, and I'm going to go in with this one on both sides of my eyelids, and then this one in the middle, this one in the inner corners, and this one on the lower lash line as well. Off we go. Despite that swatch showing horrible pigmentation for this one, it's actually looking alright on the eyelids. Look at that. Which just proves that swatches don't mean a thing, forearm swatches that is, until you actually try the thing on your eyes. Normally this kind of silvery grey never suits me, silver, but this is the only way I can make it work, to place it between a lot of black. Just soften those edges a bit. Right, I'm off to go clean up and we'll be back. Now, I haven't worn falsies yet. I will do so right when I go out. So those are the eye makeup looks, and I think they've turned out fairly well, if I say so myself. The easy and the presentation of these makes this very easy. You know, there's no confusion, there's no room for error, there's no room for pondering and wondering, you know, straightforward. You know that inner corners, lids, crease. inner corners, lids, crease, inner corners, lids, crease, inner corners, lids, crease. Or you can do halo looks, corners of your eyelids, middle of your eyelids, crease. I mean inner corners, sorry, not crease, inner corners. So you can do that as well. I mean, the possibilities are endless, but you know, there's very little room for confusion or for wondering. It's very straightforward, and I really like that about this palette. It isn't a very all-inclusive, comprehensive palette, primarily because there's more shimmer than I like here. Most of these are shimmer. There are exactly 3 mattes. One is black, one is this very neutral color, and one is this mauve neutral. So 3 matte shades, everything else, 9 shimmer. There should have been a bit more balance there, first of all, but Charlotte Tilbury, we all know, loves her shimmer. That said, this eyeshadow palette is Charlotte Tilbury's most deeper skin friendly eyeshadow palette, not counting the quartz at all, mind you, not talking about the quartz. Among the bigger palettes, this is the one that, I mean, every color suits my skin tone or can be workable, at least for the inner corners. This one's definitely only inner corner, and so is this one. But then, you know, I can work with everything. Nothing in here is untouchable. Nothing in here is unworkable at all, you know. So that's something that I really like. All 12 eyeshadows. Over the last 1 year, I've become very discerning when I buy my eyeshadow palettes, and I want eyeshadow palettes where I can use every single color one way or the other. I no longer accept eyeshadow palettes where I can't use a color at all. It's got to work at least in the inner corners. And the other thing I like is that with all these trios, you can do, as you saw in my makeup looks, very nifty, very quick and easy eye makeup looks. You can also do the more complex ones. But you know, this palette makes it easy for those holiday glamorous shimmery looks. I mean, it is a holiday palette, so obviously there's going to be more shimmer than matte. It is not going to be a subdued palette. And obviously, as I said, Charlotte Tilbury loves her shimmer. So this, or the Guerlain Golden Land palette that I reviewed recently, for holiday 2019 that is, I would have to go in with Guerlain Golden Land, mostly because, you know, you can repurpose that as a clutch once you're done with the eyeshadows. Secondly, because I feel that there was a bit more balance among the colours and it wasn't shimmer overload there. Here, there is, I mean, yes, there were 2 golds there. Could have done with one. It's a gold, the palette is called Golden Land. Obviously, there are going to be gold eyeshadows in there. I'm surprised that there were just 2 gold eyeshadows in there. Golden Land palette, there's got to be at least a dozen. So this saw Golden Land by a small margin because of the repurposability of the palette and because the shimmer isn't as in your face as it is with this one. So my choice, slightly Golden Land. That's it. Do I regret buying this? Absolutely not. I really like this palette. It's definitely my favorite palette from Charlotte Tilbury, and I think this year's top 2 holiday palettes have got to be Golden Land and this one. The rest have been so meh, I didn't even bother to talk about them. So, particularly because I got this at a discount, Black Friday sales on Cult Beauty. It's sold out on Cult Beauty, I think, but it is still available in a number of places. All of that I will link in the description box below, wherever it is available. See who has a discount before you buy, yeah? I definitely do recommend this palette. Particularly if you like your shimmery looks, if you like your wearable glam looks, you know, not overkill. If you like having things made easy for you, spelt out and laid out very clearly for you, what goes in the inner corners, what goes on the lids, what goes in the crease. And if you're a fan of Charlotte Tilbury but haven't managed to get the palette that suits deeper skin tones, this is the one so far that suits deeper skin tones. So those are my honest thoughts on the Charlotte Tilbury Starry-Eyed Hypnotise palette. I'm not drooling all over it. I'm not raving and raving, nor am I ranting about it, you know, completely against it. It's a decent, good palette. Nice. So far, the best work from Charlotte Tilbury, I would say. Is there room for improvement? Yes, fewer shimmers, please, for one thing. Secondly, the formula of that matte black, horrendous, better formula. A bit more mixing and matching of colors because there are a few similarities. There's some more contrast. Would have been nice. So yes, there is room for improvement. It is a good palette. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Please do give me a thumbs up. Please do the subscribe button. Please do ring the notifications bell.